Are you considering moving to Ottawa from the US? Whether you're relocating for work, starting fresh, or simply exploring the idea, this video will cover everything you need to know from buying a home to understanding currency, taxes, lifestyle changes, and more. So let's dive into it and discover why Ottawa might be the perfect place for your next chapter. And if we haven't met, my name is Liam Swords, a local real estate agent right here in Ottawa with over 20 years of experience helping hundreds of people just like you relocate to Ottawa. So, can US citizens buy property in Ottawa? This is a big question, a question I get asked a lot. The short answer is yes, but there are some important details to keep in mind. You must have Canadian citizenship and or permanent residency. No restrictions on buying. Now here's where it gets interesting. Canada has placed a ban on foreign home buyers as of January 2023. This means that non-residents cannot purchase most residential properties until 2027. But there are some exceptions for US citizens to buy in Canada, and they are if you're buying a rural or recreational property, if you have a temporary residency like a work or study permit, and last, if you're purchasing a multi-unit building with more than 3 units. And oh, if you're thinking about buying a property in Ottawa and want to get the absolute best price, then you need to check out my home buying secrets. These are buying tactics that I've used over the last 20 plus years to save my clients on average $21,000 on their home purchase. If you want access, just click the link in the description below. Next up, currency exchange. Another big consideration when moving from the US to Ottawa is the actual currency and exchange rate. Of course, it fluctuates over time. However, the US dollar is worth significantly more than the Canadian dollar. So I think you will be pleasantly surprised once you begin running the math and seeing what your dollar gets in Ottawa when you take into that currency exchange. Also, one more thing to remember is the US credit score doesn't directly translate in the Canadian system. This means you might have to start from scratch building your credit right here in Canada, but it's totally doable. Many clients have done it in the past and we can help you out with that. Next to consider is taxes and additional cost. In Ottawa, there's something called the non-resident speculation tax, commonly known as foreign buyer tax, which is a 25% tax on residential properties bought by non-citizens or non-permanent residents. Property taxes in Ottawa are also quite reasonable compared to any US city, so that's another plus. However, if you're a US citizen selling your property, be aware that you may need to pay both Canadian and US capital gains taxes. So keep that in mind for tax planning. Again, I'm not an accountant, I'm a professional realtor, but it's important to understand all of these tax implications as you consider either relocating to Ottawa or selling your property in Ottawa as a US citizen. And next to consider would be the cost of living and lifestyle differences. Ottawa is an incredible place to live. I can say that with full confidence as I've lived here my entire life. It offers high quality of living with great public services, safe neighborhoods, and of course, universal healthcare. Compared to major US cities, housing is quite affordable, with the average cost of homes in Ottawa being around $725,000. That's a lot more affordable than major cities in the US like New York or San Francisco. As for healthcare, while it's universal in Canada, you'll need private health insurance for a few months until you become eligible for the public healthcare system if you're not a permanent resident just yet. Don't worry about that. It's a short wait and worth the peace of mind that comes with Canada's healthcare system. Another consideration would be winter and the weather adjustments, something US newcomers might not be aware of. Yes, in Ottawa, we get snow and winters can be quite cold. Ottawa is well prepared though for the snow and chill with heated transit and plenty of winter activities to keep the fun and excitement going. So the average winter temperature is 19 degrees Fahrenheit. Spring and fall, the average temperature is 41 to 53 degrees Fahrenheit. And in the summer, the average temperature ranges between 68 and 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, folks, that summarizes all you need to know relocating from the US right here to Ottawa. There's a lot to consider, many rules and regulations. My best advice, if you're considering this big move, reach out to me directly. All of my information is below in the description. I can personally help you make this decision, answer any questions you have, and save you a bunch of time and money. Also, I have a risk-free guarantee program called Love It or Leave It. This is how it works. I will help you buy a home in Ottawa, and if you're not completely satisfied in your first 12 months of living there, I will sell it for free. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.